Drew, what is this contraption?
It's a suet feeder. Holes in the wood. I simply jam suet in there, and it's great for woodpeckers.
Excellent. That looks very interesting. We'll learn more in just a few minutes on the Garden Gate.
You're watching Newswatch, the 5 o'clock show.
Welcome to another episode of the Garden Gate. I'm Brenda from the Avant Garden Shop, here with Drew Monkman from Peterborough, a local naturalist, an author, and retired teacher. And Drew, we're going to talk about how to attract birds to our backyard. Do you have some great tips for us?
Well, I guess I do. Maybe one of the most important things is to provide a variety of different types of seed, such as black oil sunflower seed that we have here, which probably appeals to the greatest number of birds.
Lots of birds like that,
And also providing suet for, especially for woodpeckers and nuthatches. One other thing I should mention too is talking about seed is the importance, especially this year, of providing Niger seed or thistle seed. We're having quite an influx of redpolls, common redpolls, into the Kawarthas this year, and this is definitely what they prefer.
Yeah, I've seen flocks of them at my feeder. There's 30 or 40 of them, and a lot of people are coming to the shop and mentioning that they've seen all these birds. It's wonderful.
They will eat the black oil sunflower seeds to some degree, but certainly prefer the Niger seed. As do the goldfinch, American goldfinch, and earlier in the year we had a lot of, I had a lot of pine siskins too that were coming. They're not, they don't seem to be around now.
No, they've disappeared again.
Yes, but I suspect they'll move back through in the spring when they start heading back up to their breeding grounds in the north.
And can you tell people about the goldfinches, what they look like in the winter?
In the winter, the male in particular changes from basically a bright yellow plumage to sort of a dull gray-brown plumage. However, the wings don't change. The wings are jet black on the male all year round with fairly bright wing bars. That's one way you can distinguish between the male and female.
But that pretty gold is gone.
That pretty gold is gone until April or so, when they will mold back into the breeding plumage.
Nice. And then what other things can we do in our backyards besides feeders to attract wildlife?
Well, one of the things we can do is provide as much cover as possible. And here, just a couple of years ago, I planted some white cedars, which are starting to put on a little bit of height now, but they provide great cover for birds. Birds, I think, feel most comfortable at the feeder when they can duck into a little bit of cover that's not too far away. I've just had a downy woodpecker just flew into the suet right on
He's not even
call.
afraid of Kevin.
I had that arranged.
He's not even afraid
he was right
of
on
Kevin.
time.
Perfect.
That's right. So, for example, the cedar is an excellent one for cover. I also have a Juneberry or Amelanchier shrub, which produces a lot of fruit, especially in June, and the robins love that. And over behind me we have red osier dogwood too, which is another great backyard shrub.
Lots of good plant material.
Lots of fruit and excellent cover too.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Drew. I think we're out of time, but it was wonderful talking to you, and I hope we'll have another episode with you soon in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks, and we'll see you next time on the Garden Gate.
The Garden Gate is brought to you by the Avant Garden Shop, your destination for gardening accessories and backyard birding supplies.